And as always, we appreciate you joining us here for Weather Impact. Now we are here each weekday at 6:30 for a full breakdown of the forecast and also the why behind the weather. I'm Chief Meteorologist Trevor Burchett. Another scorcher of a day today. I was outside for like 10 minutes this morning just vacuuming out my car. Had to go inside, take a water break. It is a scorcher. So for those of you that have to work outside, I feel for you. I know it's been rough. I wish I could say there was a big cold front on the way, but not quite. Although we might have a little bit of relief in the next day or two. Outside right now, it just looks hazy, hot, humid, temperatures in the mid-90s, heat index higher than that. We did get some rain yesterday for parts of the mid-south. We talked about it on the show yesterday, mainly in North Mississippi. Places like Oxford, Clarksdale, Holly Springs, they picked up a quarter to a half an inch of rain. Now, over in Corinth, I know they did get some rain. It was just more than 24 hours ago. We're measuring just the last 24 hours. So by this time yesterday, it had already passed Corinth, but they ended up with about a half an inch of rain yesterday as well. Right now, the radar is clear. We've got some storms to our west toward Little Rock. Also some storms up on the Tennessee River toward Big Sandy. But here in the mid-south of the Memphis area, it's dry. Now, we had some storms earlier, especially down in the Mississippi Delta, right on the river just west of Clarksdale and then toward Batesville. Even Sardis and Coahoma and Quitman counties saw some isolated showers. But as you can see, those have fizzled out. You can see the difference it made. 87 in Clarksdale, still 95 in Memphis, 92 in Dyersburg and Covington, 93 in Bolivar. Heat index, of course, worse than that. Even at 6:30, it's still feeling like about 105 degrees out there. So it's going to be a hot and humid evening. Even in the overnight hours, we don't get much relief. By 10 p.m., still 87 degrees. And then overnight tonight, we only drop to about 78. So it is still going to be very muggy tonight, mostly clear. And I do think we are dry through the overnight hours. Just a couple of clouds passing by. Tomorrow, kind of the same thing as today. We'll start off with sunshine. Temperatures already about 80 degrees by 7 a.m. and then mid-90s by the afternoon, partly cloudy. Just a very slight chance of a shower. It'll be kind of like today where one or two neighborhoods get it. I don't expect the widespread storms like we saw yesterday, but going into the weekend, this holiday weekend, there is going to be a slight chance each day for some pop-up storms. So keep doing your rain dance. If you want a shower to cool you down, there is at least a slight chance each day, but notice we're talking 20 to 30%. So the odds of you seeing rain are pretty low each day, but some of you will get lucky. Heat index still pretty high tomorrow, about 103, but it's not quite at the danger level. What we consider to be really dangerous is 105 and above. That's when we issue that weather impact alert to give you an extra heads up. So we're going to get rid of the weather impact alert after today. I do think it's going to feel a degree or two lower tomorrow, but again, you're talking about 103, 104 instead of 105. So we're kind of comparing apples to oranges here. It's not a huge difference. It's still going to be hot tomorrow, and it's still going to be hot through the weekend as well. Again, rain chances overall few and far between. We're still not expecting a big system to roll through anytime soon, but through the weekend, there is going to be those daily chances for pop-up showers. And then Monday and Tuesday, maybe then we see a slightly better chance for some pop-up storms going into next week. So here's the hour-by-hour radar. I think this is doing a really good job at pointing out what could happen over the next couple of days. You'll notice overnight tonight, the radar going to stay clear for the most part. There's some storms kind of all around us out in Nashville and Little Rock, but I think for us in the Mid-South, we are going to be dry for the rest of the evening. Tomorrow starts off dry, but notice by the evening hours, about this time, there is going to be a chance of a couple of pop-up showers. Very isolated. That's about our 20% chance, just a couple of blips on the radar. So most of the day tomorrow is dry. I know for a lot of y'all, it is your what do you call it, observed 4th of July. Some of us still have to work tomorrow, but if you are lucky enough to have the day off because it's the day before the 4th of July, if you are going to be out at the pool or the barbecue tomorrow ahead of the actual holiday, just be aware there is a slight chance of an isolated little shower. Most areas probably not going to be impacted by that, though. And then tomorrow night looks dry. We're going to do the same thing for Saturday. Very low, isolated chance of a quick pop-up shower somewhere. Most of the 4th of July looks pretty good, partly cloudy at 95. And then same thing for Sunday, 94 with just that very slight storm chance. So most of this upcoming holiday weekend is going to be dry. But for some of us, each afternoon, there will be these summertime pop-up storms. If you've been around a while, you know how it goes. They're very isolated. They're hit or miss. They don't hit every neighborhood. If you do get hit by one, it doesn't last long, but they can be heavy with some gusty winds. So when you do hear that thunder or you see the storm clouds building in the distance, just be aware it's probably time to head inside, at least for 30 minutes to an hour. Heat index does stay pretty high through the weekend, feeling like about 100, and that's even going to continue into next week because the humidity is going to stay very high. Even though the temperature might come down a bit, we're still talking about high humidity on the muggy meter. So this weekend, as you're having fun, find a way to stay cool, take breaks inside or in the shade, drink plenty of water. Some of you might be drinking some other things this weekend. Have some water as well, don't forget that. Kids, pets, friends, family, check on people. Make sure they have a cool place to go in the heat. That is important too. And of course, the sunscreen, the UV at an 11 all weekend. That's good news for some of us if you want to tan, but sunscreen is also very important, and reapply it through the weekend. So for tomorrow, kind of the same thing as today, partly cloudy and 95, heat index a little over 100, and a slight chance of an afternoon or evening pop-up storm. Odds overall are pretty low. I can't rule one out. Same thing Saturday for the 4th of July as we celebrate America's 250th. I think we look pretty good for 250. 95, partly cloudy Saturday afternoon, Saturday evening, very slight chances for a storm. Sunday, same thing, very slight storm chance. And then again, Monday and Tuesday, I think is maybe a better chance of those pop-up storms. Odds are still pretty low, but I think it is a slightly better chance. And then mostly dry by Wednesday and Thursday. Temperatures back to around average, which is 92 for this time of year. All right, that is the local weather update, but of course, some of us headed out of town. If that's you, you don't want to miss the regional forecast with meteorologist Daniel McDonald. That's right after the break.